title of my today's paper is Role of Design Education in Imparting Values of Sustainability as Social Responsibility of Designers. Introduction. In this paper, I examine the role of design education in imparting values of sustainability as a critical part of socially responsible design. The key areas of examination are curriculums and pedagogies. This paper is divided into three sections. First, I provide a background to the growing need for imparting these values. Using qualitative and quantitative methods, I then examine curriculums and pedagogies of design education programs to find out the actualization process and challenges of imparting these values. In conclusion, I discuss findings. Though the study is India-centric, the relevance of its outcome holds valid in parallel contexts and other locations. Background. Life on Earth will continue in some form or the other even if humans annihilate themselves. Global climate change and global warming have become key terms of reference and concern in discussions on sustainability of life, especially that of humans. More than ever before, in the past few decades, design has become an all-pervading reality of human civilization, shaping, serving, and changing the world around us. A significant part of professional design today is involved in influencing the patterns of human consumption and aspirations. What Victor Papanek, way back in the 1970s, had described in his book Design for the Real World. Quote, persuading people to buy things that they don't need with money they don't have in order to impress others who don't care. The creators of such products, services, and systems share the responsibility of resulting environmental and social consequences of the acts of their design as a whole. Many researchers from diverse disciplines, including designers and design thinkers, have raised concerns regarding the larger social and environmental implications of design. Though the sole responsibility of the current environmental status cannot be attributed to designers and their design actions, design can be a significant contributor to anthropogenic outcome. Design students should be prepared to consider the wider implications of their design actions and their remote consequences on the environment and the society, in addition to the call of their normative professional behavior. Design education has a significant role to play in this preparedness. Research methods. For this research, data was collected from 298 respondents through an online survey questionnaire and 20 expert interviews were conducted. All the respondents were involved with design education as design educators and or as students and represent a cross-section of over 100 design education programs and institutions from India. To further enrich the analysis, relevant institutional documents of 5 design education institutes identified as the top 5 by survey respondents were examined. Analysis. A large number of respondents view that design has contributed to the growth of consumerism and related industrial expansion in India. Furthermore, regarding the responses about the outcome and impact of design interventions, 86% of the respondents indicated that design interventions also have unintended outcome beyond what is primarily intended by the designers. Though design interventions may be primarily focused on end users and clients, there are larger social and environmental implications of such interventions. Sustainability is critical for the future of human society, thus foundational to social responsibility of designers. An overwhelming majority, 94% of the respondents, believe that application of socially responsible design values in design practice could contribute to a more sustainable future. With the growing significance of professional design and its implication on sustainable future, it becomes imperative to examine whether or not design education programs focus on sensitizing students about social and environmental issues. In context of the need for imparting values of socially responsible design, 89% saw this need as critical and foundational and were of the opinion that it would influence the larger social impact of design outcome. 65% of the respondents viewed that these values are imparted only to some extent. These responses indicate that imparting of socially responsible design values is not completely absent. Since these values are seen to be imparted only to some extent, there is scope for improvement. In response to question regarding most significant factor in imparting socially responsible design values amongst design students, respondents gave almost equal weightage to institutional mandates, curriculums, and pedagogy directed towards values of socially responsible design as the most significant factor. These three factors and their interrelation are discussed further based on views of the survey respondents, expert interviews, and document analysis. In exploring the first factor, the main query was whether the respondents came across references to values of socially responsible design in institutional mandates. 62% of the respondents revealed that commitment to socially responsible design is articulated in institutional mandates, vision mission documents of contemporary design education programs in India. In analyzing the second factor, curriculum, the survey respondents expressed a conflict between the need to impart values of socially responsible design and to prepare students for commercial job market expectations. An analysis of their responses established a clear dominance of percentage of courses focused on imparting skills oriented towards meeting the demand of the industry over the percentage of courses focused on imparting values of socially responsible design. Further study and analysis of syllabus and course descriptions of the BDES and the MDES programs of the selected 5 design education institutions revealed a varying degree of emphasis on imparting socially responsible design values. The analysis of course credits indicate that such courses constitute less than 30% and in some cases were as low as 7% of the total course credits. Such courses are dominated by program focus and courses aligned with industry demands for better employability in skill-based design roles. It can be well argued that without a proper foundation of such skills, design students cannot aspire to assume the role of employable design professionals. However, an array of skills without conceptual understanding of wider interconnections and responsibilities of a powerful profession is akin to putting firearms into amateur hands. The interviewed experts too highlighted a gap between the intent and the actualization of imparting socially responsible design values. They expressed that there are few opportunities within the curriculum to address issues related to socially responsible design. The third factor, pedagogical role of design educators in imparting values of socially responsible design is analyzed in context of their preparedness for understanding these values and imparting them. A study of pedagogical process of conducting courses, student projects and student evaluation has highlighted the central role of the design educators in teaching learning transaction within this field. The central role of design educators resonate with the views of survey respondents too. A critical issue that impacts the imparting of socially responsible design values by design educators is in their level of understanding of these values and adequacy of preparation in imparting them. A query regarding this was posed to both design educators and design students. Only 7% of the total respondents expressed that design educators were adequately prepared. A majority, 53%, were of the view that only some of them were adequately prepared, while another substantial number, 36%, were of the opinion that most of the design educators were not adequately prepared. It points to the need to better prepare design educators in understanding values of socially responsible design and imparting these values. In response to the query regarding the need for training of trainers, a significant majority, 79%, viewed a great need. Conclusion. This paper refers to sustainability as critical for the future of human society, thus foundational to the social responsibility of designers and as values to be imparted to design students. The paper primarily sought to find out the actualization process and challenges of imparting these values through design education programs. First, the study points out that sustainability is not an isolated value. To be effective, it has to be an integral part of socially responsible design values. A majority of the respondents acknowledge the reference to social responsibility in institutional mandates of design education programs. However, these mandates do not present further directions to actualize their intent and the process of assessing their progress. Second, the examination of curriculums highlighted the manifestation of institutional intent of imparting the values of socially responsible design. The percentage of courses that have the scope of imparting such values is small. They are largely dominated by courses that focus on imparting industry-specific skills and know-how that may only be temporarily marketable and have little scope for imparting long-lasting values. Finally, another critical dimension of insufficient emphasis on socially responsible design emerged from the examination of the pedagogical role of design educators. The curriculum is implemented through the pedagogic process that is highly dependent on the faculty members due to the nature of teaching learning transactions in a design education program. The respondents viewed that design educators need to be adequately prepared in their understanding of socially responsible design values and better trained in transferring these values to the students. However, due to lack of adequate programs to train design educators, the difficulty in imparting these values are magnified. In such a situation, the role of individual faculty members, their personal interests and inclination assumes greater significance in advancing the agenda of sustainability as socially responsible design value in design education.